In this video, we'll explain how to get to know Tuscany in the best possible way in 2 days. Of course, if you have 3 or 1, you can adapt, but we're going to make a video based on 2 days. Touring Tuscany in 2 days, which are the main towns, which to see on each day, which is closest, which is worthwhile, which isn't, how to get around the town, so all the tips you need just to get to know the best of Tuscany in just 2 days, guys. So don't forget to give us that like here, that's very important. Don't forget the thumbs up, subscribe to the channel because that really helps us a lot, and buckle up. For those who don't know me, I'm Gabriel Lorenzi, creator of the Grupo Dicas, one of the largest travel content networks in the world, and today we're going to talk about Tuscany, one of the favorite places of many people around the world, especially those who like to try good wine, enjoy the scenery. It's an incredible place, but people's main question is, Gabriel, how to get to know Tuscany, which are the cities? Because when you list the main cities in Tuscany, there are at least 8 or 10 that stands out, and there are a lot of cities. So which one do I know? How do I divide it up? How do I do it? That's why we made this video here, to explain to you how to get around in 2 days. But by watching this video, you understand how Tuscany works. If you have 3 days, you can separate one city and do another. In 1 day, you can choose one of these two, but this is a video that will guide you to get to know Tuscany a little more quickly and completely, guys. So let's go to the tips. We have a lot of cool things to show you right here. So let's go, guys. Important information. Generally, people base themselves in Florence, which is the main city in Tuscany, the biggest and the coolest to visit, so a lot of people end up staying there for longer, and you use 2 of those days to get to know Tuscany, to go back and forth. Then you go back to Florence, sleep there, then return to Tuscany the next day, which is one of the options. I think it's really cool. If you have a bit more time for Tuscany, another option that I think is great is to use Siena as a second base. Spend 2 or 3 days there. As Siena is closer to all the towns, I'm going to talk about making it easier to get around, but I'm going to base myself on Florence, which is undoubtedly the main city, the one you should choose as your base. Guys, if you're in doubt about where to stay in Florence, I'll leave it here in the description of the video, in the first comment, the hotel we stayed in, which is very good, and the map of the best area for you to find the best location. It's all organized with all the best hotels there for you to visit. Take a look and use the links below to help you find your way around Florence. We put everything there listed down below so you don't get lost and you make your trip. The tours I'm about to talk can be done on your own if you're renting a car in Tuscany. You can also do it with an agency. There's a very nice agency. I'll leave it here in the description of the video as well for you, the link. It sells tours which are full day tours of all the towns I'm going to talk about, and the second day of the towns I'm going to talk about here as well. So if you have a car, you can do it by car. If you don't have a car, you don't want to drive, you can also hire a very nice agency to do this complete tour for you so you can see everything. So now, guys, I'm going to talk about the tour of the left part of Tuscany, where you can visit the main towns in 1 day. In my opinion, the ones that are more worth seeing are Pisa, Lucca, we know because it's part of my family, my grandparents, but I don't think it's worth it for other people. I think it's worth focusing on Lucca. I'm going to put the map here so you can see and follow it and locate yourself in Tuscany. So Pisa is the one with the Leaning Tower of Pisa, which has some attractions. The square is very nice, but it's not very big either. In an hour or 2 in the square by the tower, you take the photos, it's enough. You get to know one of Italy's main tourist attractions. It's worth it, and it's close to Florence. And then if you go down a bit, you will get to Siena, which is a very nice city, very nice to visit. Among the smaller ones, it's one of the biggest, one of the most structured. There are a lot of tours. You can walk around the center, you can get to know everything there. It's very nice. So my tip is, maybe you should first go down to Siena, which is an hour and 20 from Florence. Then you can go sightseeing, have lunch, visit a winery, eat at the winery. There are several wineries that offer lunch. And then you go to San Gimignano, which is the third town on the left, which I think is the most interesting to visit. It's very cool. It's a very medieval style town, so it's quite different from anything you've probably ever seen there, and it has the best ice cream in the world. This is a great tip for San Gimignano. You can walk around, there are wineries nearby, wine tasting, you get to know the town. It's a small town. In all these towns you will stop the car or get off the tour bus. With an hour or two of walking you will enter the main cathedral, the square, get to know it, have some ice cream, chocolate, something, and then you're off to the next one. So you can usually do 2 or 3 cities in the same day without getting it too busy. Waking up early, going so for the first day of your trip, I think it's very good to do these 3. If you're driving, you can do it in any order you like. There's not much to it. You can choose which ones to visit. If you're not driving and you want to do this tour, I'm going to put down here, guys, the website that sells all the tickets, the tours and excursions of the whole of Europe. We always buy there. They are very good and the prices are great. And on this tour guides, the guide spoke our language, so it was very nice. Everything is gonna be down below. It's very cool. They pick you up in Florence and take you to Siena and then to San Gimignano, where you'll pass by a Chianti estate. You will have lunch in a very nice winery, wine tasting, then you go to San Gimignano, and then on the day you will end up in Pisa. You will get to know all the cities. A guide will explain everything, show you the sights. You don't have to worry about anything. You can even sleep a bit, okay, because it's tiring. From one city to another is a very nice tour, the right name for you to find, because there are a lot of tours on the website. It's really cool, so check it out. It's called the Excursion to Pisa, San Gimignano and Siena. It costs about $90 today. It's a good price. You won't have to worry about getting around, nothing. It's very nice, highly rated, and we really enjoyed it. It's a very complete tour to round off a day or your first full day in Tuscany. You can get to know a lot of things. You can sleep in the bus if you're going with an agency. You can rest and then go to the other city. It's going to be all very easy because they are very close to each other. And guys, take the opportunity to follow us on social media as we post a lot of cool stuff there, all our trips. It's at Spy Lorenzi and at Livia De Lorenzi, so follow us too. If you can, watch our new channel Familia Lorenzi, a very cool channel we created to show our life here in the United States. We've been living in Orlando for 2 years now with our daughters, what's like adapting with them, the Disney parks that we visit a lot, the trips, beaches in Florida. We're exploring everything we can here. So if you can, watch it, subscribe, like it, comment. I'm pretty sure you're gonna love the content. And guys, if you're going to do these tours by car, the golden tip: don't book directly with the rental companies. Use the price comparator. It's an incredible website that compares car rentals at all the best rental companies and finds unbeatable prices. It's much cheaper than going straight to the rental company, so I'll leave the link below for you. Use it and you will see that car rentals will be much cheaper. If you've already been researching, from the prices you are finding, they are very good. We've only rented there for years and years. It's a very good saving. And now let's talk about a day trip, guys, to the right part of Tuscany. Towns that are more concentrated on the right hand side, which I think is very cool and you have to visit. They're all about an hour from Florence, an hour in 10. They are closer to Siena down there. So if you're in Siena, you can base yourself in Siena. It's much closer, but most people stay in Florence. So if you're based in Florence, you will get there in an hour or an hour and a half. So the tip would be, first you have to get to know Pienza. Pienza is a nice town. It was created by a pope to be an ideal city, so its architecture is very different. It's a city that was born to be organized. It looks a bit different from the others, so it's close to the other cool ones we're going to talk about. So you can go there, get off with an hour and a half of walking and exploring. You get to know the whole city, and then you're off to your next destination, guys. There isn't a lot to see, but it's very beautiful and worthwhile. And now for the next 2 cities, guys, the names are similar, but they're a bit difficult. You will hear a lot, Montepulciano and Montalcino. They're both worth a visit. They have a slightly medieval profile, similar to San Gimignano, but the great thing is that they're located high up on a hill, so it's a different setting. When you get to them, it's a very nice place, very pleasant to visit. A nice thing about Montalcino, guys, is that Brunello is very famous there for those who like wine, for wine lovers. It's one of the wines, one of the most famous grapes in the world, one of the most sought after and highly rated. Anyone who goes to Montalcino has to try Brunello di Montalcino, guys. You will find it every winery, every wine store, even gift store. So look for it, taste it, find a nice restaurant because it's worth it, guys. The tip would be, if you can't, go to a winery, make an appointment at a winery near Montalcino so you can try the Brunello. If you're in doubt about the wineries, guys, you're driving, watch the video I just made yesterday, which is the best wineries in Tuscany. Put it on YouTube, best wineries in Tuscany, Gabriele Lorenzi. I talked about the 4 coolest ones that we liked. 2 are castles, mini castles, they're incredible. So take a look and you can mix them in your Tuscany itinerary, and I promise you're not going to regret it. The wineries are amazing, the wines are amazing too. You can do your wine tasting, you can eat something there. I'm sure you're going to love it. And the tip would be to start in Pienza very early in the morning, then go near Montalcino, go to a winery, a farm, have lunch there, taste the wine, walk around Montalcino a bit, and then in the afternoon you go to Montepulciano, which is also very nice. It's a town a bit like Montalcino, but it's another nice town to visit. The view is beautiful. There are some viewpoints there, both in Montalcino and Montepulciano. Try to look for the upper part of the town, you'll be walking a bit, but the view from up there is beautiful because you can see the landscape, that plain, you know, with the wineries, that Tuscan landscape that we like to see in the movies and videos. It's beautiful, very nice. So there are 3 cities that if you visit, you already be enjoying a good part of it, one of the best parts of Tuscany. And for those who are driving, guys, the order of this tour is easy. You can also choose. I think it's nice to take Montalcino at lunchtime so you can have lunch in a place, in a winery that has Brunello di Montalcino, but it doesn't matter what order you go in. Either they're all close to each other, so it'll be very quick to find them. And for those who don't have a car and don't want to go on excursions, guys, this tour there's also the website that I'll leave you with below, which is a website where we buy all the tickets, the tours for the whole Europe, for the whole world, in fact. It's one of the biggest. It's very good, the price is good, the service is good. Take a look there at the name because it has several tours. The one we like and highly recommend is the excursion to Pienza and Montepulciano plus wine tasting. The wine tasting is in Montalcino, so it includes all 3 towns, which is very nice. They pick you up in Florence on a very nice bus, take you there and explain everything. There is lunch with wine with Brunello di Montalcino, which is very nice, on a very nice farm. You get to see the cathedrals, the main tourist attractions in the city. They stop and the guide explains them to you. On this tour there's a guide in Spanish, they're super friendly. We loved it, no problem at all. But the other tour to the other side that I talked about here in the other video, it has it in our language, okay, that doesn't have it for now. Sometimes there might be, you'll find a way, but it's very easy. We found it super easy and it's one of the coolest tours to do in the whole of Italy. It's really amazing, guys, very good. Down here, guys, in the description of the video, I'll leave the links we use it to organize our entire trip to Italy. There's the travel insurance, which is mandatory. There's the website we use it, which is a comparator that finds insurance at half the price you find in travel agencies, and they're the best. Take a look at the travel SIM card so you can use your cell phone and stay connected in Italy and throughout Europe in general. There's also the car rental comparator I mentioned, where you can rent the car for much less than in traditional places and from the rental companies themselves. This site sells all the tickets, tours, excursions. It has tours of all the cities and transfers for those who want to go from the airport to the hotel. If you're not going to rent a car, you can do it there for a good price. It's safe, it's reliable, it's very nice. Take a look, there's a link to everything you need to organize your entire trip and have a great experience in Tuscany and Italy. And that's it, guys. I hope you liked the video. If you like it, please don't forget to give us that like and subscribe to the channel because that really helps us a lot. And don't forget to check out the other videos, which are very good. I'm going to highlight the one on how to travel cheaply to Italy. It's a complete video which we teach you how to organize your entire trip, getting everything for the best prices in the best places with the main tips. It's the main one. Watch it, and the playlist next to it that has all the other videos for you to watch. Thank you very much, guys, and have nice trips.